At least he's not doing just another Taken movie.
Hello, I'm Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome back to another Heart Review. I'm here, of course, to talk about The Naked Gun. This is the fourth installment in the Naked Gun franchise. There was a trilogy back in the day. I just watched it for the first time. I did the first movie, really enjoyed it, thought there were some really great bits in there. And then I watched the second two back to back because I was just on such a kick with this franchise. I think it's really hilarious. I really like the lead performance from Leslie Nielsen. Also, Priscilla Presley is really great in these. Super duper funny movie. I really like the first one the most, then the second is really close to the first, and then the third one's probably the third best one. This new one, I was excited about it because it was the Lonely Island guy that was directing it, so I was very excited about that. I think Liam Neeson is a really interesting choice. I specifically remember the joke from Ted 2 where he's trying to buy the tricks, and that's like a really funny, dumb joke that's made in that movie, and it's really funny because Liam Neeson's sincerity is like really selling it. So I really like his casting here, especially since like the intro alluded to, every single movie it feels like he's made for the past decade, maybe not every single one, but feels like a Taken ripoff in some kind of way. Like he's the old action man who's gonna beat up all the bad guys. Which I guess here he's still old action man who's trying to beat up all the bad guys, but there's definitely a tone difference between this and every single other movie he's made. I think Liam Neeson's wonderful here. He's super duper hilarious. I also really like Pamela Anderson in this movie. I was one of the only people that really enjoyed The Last Showgirl from last year. I really thought that that was a really good movie. I really like their chemistry here, which clearly they have real life chemistry because the rumor is at this current point in time that they're dating, which is an interesting thing to come out of this movie. This movie is a joke every single 5 seconds. There's jokes that are happening in the background at all times. There's jokes obviously in the dialogue, and there's so much going on, and it's just there's so many jokes I feel like I missed, and I want to watch this again so I can catch all those jokes. I do think I like this movie way more than I like the original ones, and I think that's just because this one, it's just as funny, if not this one's even more funny, and I got to see this in a theater, so part of it's the experience. Maybe I go back and watch the original ones and I'll hold them in a higher regard, but this one had specific references that I feel like were tailor-made for me, like certain movies and music groups that like I cackled in the theater. Like I was laughing so hard that I felt embarrassed by how loud I was laughing, and I was insecure about not wanting to continue laughing because there were several jokes that had me laughing for like a minute after the scene would end, because that's how funny that this movie is. It's super inspiring that this movie's coming out. The marketing campaign has been really creative and fun. There haven't been very many studio comedies like this to come out, and they're usually not very successful, so really hope that this one does super well. I love this movie. I think it's super duper hilarious. It's not the deepest movie in the world. It might be a little bit too stupid for some people, but I loved it. Laugh out loud, 5 out of 5. I love this movie so much. Not much else to say about it because I don't want to spoil like all the jokes and whatnot. Just I think everything about this movie works super duper well, and I really hope that people are exposed to the franchise. Maybe go back and watch the original ones as well. I just think if you're going to reboot a franchise like this, I think this is like a great way to do it. It's not overly reverential to the original movies. I mean, there's some little nods here and there, and then there's a specific plot point that's like a reference to the original movie. There's nothing here that if you haven't seen the original that you're going to be missing out here, but it's respectful enough to the original movies, and it keeps the same spirit as the original movies, and it's not being like, hey, remember, like even the references for the fans are like really quick throwaway type stuff. I love this movie. 5 out of 5. It's gonna be one of my favorite movies of the year. I think I only have like 8 5 out of 5s this year, so it's definitely in my current top 10 at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see where that lands, especially since like Friendship I recently moved up to my number 1 spot. That's also a straight up comedy. There's also several, like Eddington's not a straight up comedy, but I think that's one of the funniest movies of the year. I think Dogman and Elio are both hilarious. 28 Years Later, not hilarious, believe it or not, but all great movies. I'm so happy to have a wonderful end of the summer here. I just feel like they're packing in a lot of the great ones, whereas I feel like May and June were a bunch of stinkers, especially for me personally. So it feels like we're ending it on a strong note. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Like, comment, subscribe. Why don't you guys tell me what your favorite Taken ripoff is? Mine would have to be Non-Stop. He's on a plane, and he's got to be an old action man on a plane.